Happy Valentine's Day, Pamela.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. I love chocolates. And here's a Valentine for you.
Oh, an electric nose hair trimmer?
Yep, I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm apparently Captain Nosehair. But you can call me Ryan Willard. It's Tuesday, February 14th.
This is the 10 News.
Here are 10 things you need to know.
Processing.
Kicking off with sports news, Super Bowl Sunday saw millions of viewers tune in to watch the Kansas City Chiefs face the Philadelphia Eagles. And the winner was Rihanna. Just kidding. The winner was, well, before I say, we got a voicemail from a tenor named Abbott. Let's hear his prediction.
Hi, my name is Abbott from Wichita, Kansas, and I think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. Why? Because they're the Eagles.
Thank you for your stellar guess, Abbott, but the winner was in fact the Kansas City Chiefs, who beat the Eagles 38-35 with a game-winning field goal. Better luck next year, Abbott. Also, I must say, Rihanna's halftime show was incredible, and the stage strongly resembled one of my favorite levels from Super Smash Bros.
Our second story is a heartbreaking one. Last week, more than 28,000 people died after earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. Survivors are searching for friends and family members without safe shelter, water, electricity, or heat.
This is terrible.
In Turkey, President Erdogan has been criticized for a slow emergency response. In Syria, the ongoing conflict there has made it hard to get help. The UN has provided some aid, but says more is needed. Ukraine sent emergency service members, and Germany and Mexico sent rescue dogs who are helping find survivors in the rubble. There are ways you can help by donating to local organizations in Syria and Turkey and through local Syrian and Turkish groups in your area. There's a link in our show notes to several charities making a difference. Talk to your grown-ups about pitching in.
Let's do this.
And in animal news, since today is Valentine's Day, a campaign in India is asking citizens to hug a cow. Cows are sacred in Hinduism, which is the majority religion in India. The Indian government stated that cuddling a cow could bring people happiness, and I tend to agree. And a tiny Pacific pocket mouse, which weighs about 3 pennies, was named the oldest mouse by Guinness World Records. Pat, named after actor Patrick Stewart, lives at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park and is 9 years and 209 days old and still going. And zookeepers in England are doing a jig to celebrate the first dancing lemur born in Europe. Dancing lemurs are named after their particular way of moving. The critically endangered species of primates only live in the wild in Madagascar, and Chester Zoo's director said the baby lemur's birth was a big moment in conservation.
I like to move it. Yeah, I like to move it.
And a man won a court case in Spain that allows him to walk around naked. Alejandro Calamar dressed up for his hearing wearing a pair of hiking boots and nothing else. But the court ruled he isn't disturbing the peace or harassing anyone by strolling around town in the nude.
First the balloon, now what? 4 objects have now been shot down by the U.S. military over Canadian and U.S. airspace. The other 3 objects are being referred to as objects because the U.S. military can't say for sure they're balloons. Lots of theories are being discussed. It could be that these objects were already up in the sky and our sensors are now just picking them up as we test our radar. If these other objects are for surveillance, like the Chinese balloon shot down last week, you should know it's not unusual for countries to spy on each other, even allies. We'll update you as we learn more.
Have you ever gotten an answer wrong on a test? We all have. It's okay. Unless you're Google's new AI bot, Bard. Bard got an answer wrong and cost Google $100 billion in shares. Bard is Google's answer to Microsoft's ChatGPT, an AI that started some big conversations. In a Google ad, Bard answered a question about the James Webb Telescope with the wrong answer, and stock prices dropped in response.
Oh my Mario! At the latest Nintendo Direct, Nintendo revealed a gameplay trailer for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. They also showed off DLC for Mario Kart 8, Splatoon 3, and Fire Emblem Engage.
Excellent!
And then they surprise released Metroid Prime Remastered and also a demo for Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, both to the Nintendo eShop. And then they surprise released Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to the Nintendo Switch Online Collection. For the full list of Nintendo Direct announcements, check out the link in our show notes.
In California, a TikTok has changed the fate of a family restaurant. Santa Rosa is home to Lee's Noodle House. Jennifer Lee is the owner's 21-year-old daughter. She was sad to see her mom and dad waiting for customers, so she made a TikTok asking folks to come in and eat at the restaurant. The outpouring of support and customers has blown her and her family away. Over 1 million people watched the video, and now the restaurant is packed. Woohoo! That was 10 things you need to know.
Check out tomorrow's episode where we'll give you an update on the war in Ukraine, and we'll have an extra episode this week, a special about why we celebrate Valentine's Day. The link is in our show notes.
I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm Ryan Willard. Thanks for listening to the 10 News.
Data transfer complete.
Meet the authors and illustrators making books just for kids like you. From award winners to up-and-comers to the storytellers behind those forever books you'll never forget. The Children's Book Podcast is a show for kids ages 6 and up, all about exploring the way that stories can help us feel seen, understood, and valued. You can find the Children's Book Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are found.